Alright, so hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today, Sony finally released the RX0 Mark II. If you've been a long-time follower of my channel, you would know that I really like small compact cameras. That love started with my Hero 5 session, and the natural upgrade back then was GoPro Hero 6 Black. And after seeing the fantastic electronic image stabilization of GoPro Hero 7, I couldn't resist the temptation. As a drone enthusiast, for me, the biggest brand out there is DJI, and DJI recently released Osmo Pocket. Guess what happened? Yes, I grabbed one. For me, when it comes to the gear, I'm really interested in small sizes. Like, the ease of use of GoPro Hero 7 has been unmatched so far, and we're gonna talk if the Sony RX0 Mark II can beat that guy. For the moment, Sony RX0 Mark II is not commercially available, only a handful of YouTubers had access to it, and I can clearly see that these are the guys who went to the Sony's condo trip, like where they tested all sorts of gear, and Sony is providing an amazing experience for some photographers and YouTubers. Well, I'm not part of that crew, but still I have my opinions about this new camera because I watched a couple of reviews already. There are some things that I would like to definitely mention to my audience, and if you think that I will be moderate, there is no moderate on YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest and sometimes a little edgy. First, let's go ahead and watch the intro by Sony. I will be commenting. What we see here is that the camera is obviously dedicated to those who are traveling, and there's a flip-up screen. Okay, great. So traveling, hop, hop, hop. Sony loves travel, ta-da-dee, ta-da-da. Yes, you can take amazing photos with it. You can also go underwater. There's a flippy screen. Yes, we understood that already. So wrap it up, please. And if you grab it outside, there's also this tripod thingy which it connects by some cable. So I'm assuming that if you put it on this mount, you're gonna lose the waterproofing of the thingy, but still it's a decent touch. So it's not bad. RX0 Mark II by Sony. Sony is a fantastic camera brand, by the way. Like, I have nothing against Sony, but this is going to be sold, what, for about $800. And sorry, Sony, but for that price range, I can get a GoPro Hero 7 and an Osmo Pocket. Where's the DJI logo? Yeah. So, the question I'm asking here is this Sony RX0 Mark II worth a new GoPro and a new Osmo Pocket? And my take on it is definitely not, because these two give you the waterproofing, actions and everything, and this can give you like a more cinematic look on a smaller body. Plus, don't forget that this is 3-axis stabilized. The in-body image stabilization is mechanical when it comes to the image stabilization of RX0 Mark II. There's also this app that helps you stabilize your footage. The problem with that app is that it only stabilizes and allows you to export 1080p footage. So if you're gonna make a cinematic, say, reel, your GoPro or your Osmo Pocket will be a lot more valuable. And GoPro is doing a fantastic job when it comes to digital image stabilization. Like, there is none better, and I think it's already agreed by most of the people here. I'm gonna show you a couple of stabilization examples. Again, one is from Sony's own channel, and the other one is, I'm gonna mention her name when we are going through her video. So, the image stabilization, fantastic, but look, the original is the left, and after editing it turns into the right one, and I need to download. I'm sorry, but GoPro's processor can do this when it's actually in body, and when I export that footage, it's 4K, and it's fantastic. So I am not sold. Yeah, Sony keeps saying that this is not an action camera, but hey, that size belongs to action cameras. If you come up with something that size and records footage, it's natural that people compare it with action cameras, and the action cameras are the biggest winner here, let alone the Osmo Pocket, like Osmo Pocket, GoPro, Hero 7. So there is this focusing debate if you can actually manually focus, whereas in the action camera GoPro Hero 7 Black, you don't have that option. It's infinite focus all the time. So these were all from Sony themselves. So let me show you an example from YouTube. Elly Awesome, she got access to this footage, and here you go. Before or after stabilization, like a camera that you pay $800, twice the GoPro, or again, a mini gimbal and an action camera's worth, shouldn't provide this kind of footage out of the box. Like, it's kind of a shame that Sony didn't do a better job. Like, maybe they'll upgrade their action camera line soon too, so that's why they're saving the good stuff for it. But for the moment, having this stabilization, this is digital obviously, having this stabilization available and not putting it in the device for the price of $800 is a bit too much. So guys, to conclude, my opinion about RX0 Mark II is quite negative. Again, the price is the biggest killer here. Like, if I can get a GoPro Hero 7 and DJI Osmo Pocket for the price, I really wouldn't pay that much for that camera, because like, if I pay 800 bucks, I would go ahead and grab a Canon M50 and get proper footage. Yes, it doesn't dive into the water, but hey, who doesn't have an old action camera anymore? Especially the clientele of this thing would definitely have an older action camera before. So for me, sorry to say this, but Sony RX0 Mark II is a fail. Unless, of course, Sony, if you're listening to me, if you would like to send me a unit and allow me to test it, be my guest, contact me. But I, again, don't think that I will ever be able to justify that price difference. Both Sara D and one more creator, I'm gonna put his name down below, they compared the RX0 Mark II with GoPro Hero 7 Black, and the stabilization is, of course, way worse. And looking at that footage, I can easily judge that GoPro Hero 7 is providing a better footage. So you might end up saying that GoPro has its advantages and disadvantages, ta-da-da. Well, then there's Osmo Pocket. And again, for the price of this abomination, you can get an action camera and a Osmo Pocket. And Osmo Pocket is actually stabilized on a 3-axis gimbal, so there's really not a comparison here. Once again, this line has never been that great with Sony, and they keep the tradition alive. Alright guys, this will be all for today. This was a reaction video. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe. See you on the next one. Arrivederci.